All right, guys, really fast, let's talk about a question that was brought up to me here just a moment ago. Certain people teach that whenever you have a misfire, so you go to draw your weapon, you pull that weapon out, you attempt to fire, and the gun goes, what do? I teach tap, rack, bang, attempt to re-engage. The question was, they were being taught tap, rack, and then reassess. So here's the problem with that. One, if you pull this weapon out and you intend to shoot somebody with it, odds are you are in a very dangerous life or death situation. And so pulling that weapon out, it not working, and you getting it up and functional as fast as possible so that you could stop that threat is the only priority in your life at that time. What are you reassessing? Reassessing what they're doing? Well, you do that as you reacquire your sight picture and you get ready to re-engage and you bang. If you pull out a gun, it goes click, and they go taking off running in the other direction, you go tap, rack. Well, of course, before you go bang, you need to have good sight, proper picture. Otherwise, you're just shooting all over the place, and that's not what I train people to do. I train you to tap, make sure that magazine's fully seated. Rack, make sure you're clearing the obstruction and fully seat that slide all the way forward and chamber around. And then bang, re-engage the threat or engage the threat if the gun never went off to begin with. If you start creating these pauses within your process, you are just going to get scrambled and most likely killed in that situation. Because what are you reassessing? Reassessing the gun? Reassessing the threat? The threat's there. It's imminent. That's why you're doing it. That's what tap rack, even if they decided to turn around, you should be so quick on that you're just going to be shooting them within that fraction of a moment anyways. So there's nothing to reassess because your weapon system's down. Now, that's in a fraction of the possible outcomes in this scenario. What's most likely going to happen, and I say most likely very loosely, they're going to attack you. And you're probably going to be screwed to begin with. You're probably going to go tap and then get tackled or shot or stabbed, whatever. And so tap, rack, bang, stop that threat. The gun's out, you're attempting to shoot another human being. You're attempting to stop a threat, potentially kill another human because your life's in danger. You've already crossed that line. There's nothing for you to reassess in that point in time other than your sight picture and the alignment of the weapon system pointed towards that threat. That's the only thing that gets reassessed in the process of pulling that trigger and going bang. And so I've never taught anybody anything else but tap, rack, bang. Take with that whatever you will. In the moment, you're going to make your own decision. I'm not going to teach you to do something that's going to cause you to hesitate when you don't have the luxury of time and the luxury of the ability to hesitate. So take with that what you will. But what I am teaching you is tap, rack, bang. And anybody talking about anything else within our community, that's incorrect, and I will shut that down. Because now you're creating doubt. And unless you've been in more gunfights than me, unless you've participated in more high-stress situations with guns being pointed at each other and you having to deal with these types of things, immediate action drills, stoppages, then you don't rate the authority to talk about that type of stuff and cause another person confusion, because people are already going to be hesitant enough when it comes to defending themselves. There's a lot going on. And so if you guys have follow-up questions from that, let me know and we'll talk about it. But there is no tap, rack, reassess. There is no wait 30 seconds to see if it's a hang fire and it's going to go off. If the cartridge falls out, it's a hang fire and it goes off, it's not going to hurt anybody. It's like it just pops. There's no direction of travel in terms of that energy from the gunpowder going off. It just basically pops and nothing happens. So take from that, tap, rack, bang. Anytime your gun goes click, that's what you need to be working on.